Still working this out. I'm still working this out. Yay. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Actually, I like the sound better when I do it this way versus when I just go live to Facebook. Like the sound is actually better. All right, let me take these off for a minute. Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. It's day 39. 40 days is almost gone. It's my goal and intention one day to do a 40-day fast. Shout out to good morning. Shout out to Christopher Aaron, who leads fasts. If you've never done a fast before, check out Christopher. I always forget. I think he spells his name with a K-R-S. K-R-I-S. But it is my goal and intention one day to do a 40-day water fast. It's a goal. All right, good morning. Day 39. Let's get into it, shall we? This is the Abundance Book, John Randolph Price. And I think I like this because I think it actually shows up like instead of being backwards, it shows up front facing. So I like that because I hated that stuff would show up, backwards on Facebook. All right. When I am aware of the God self within me as my total fulfillment, I am totally fulfilled. I am now aware of this truth. I have found the secret of life and I relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance is eternally operating in my life. I simply have to be aware of the flow, the radiation of that creative energy which continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from my divine consciousness. I am now aware, I am now in the flow. When I am aware of the God self within me as my total fulfillment, I am totally fulfilled. I am now aware of this truth. I have found the secret of life and I relax in the knowledge that the activity of divine abundance is eternally operating in my life. I simply have to be aware of the flow, the radiation of that creative energy, which is continuously, easily, and effortlessly pouring forth from my divine consciousness. I am now aware. I am now in the flow. All right, and that's it, and good night. We're all done now. I mean, what else is there, right? I mean, there's statement 10, but I think at this point, the statement speaks for itself. When you are aware of this, when you are aware of this flow, when you know, not like, I need y'all to feel it in your body, no. Men too. I need you to feel it in your body and know that you are divine source energy. And once you know that, you've unlocked everything. You've unlocked everything. I had to do an exercise. I don't want to go into details about it because it's in a group. And, I don't know that it's meant for general public consumption. But I had to do an exercise recently in which I had to, it's a fear-based visceral exercise. The reason why I talk about getting it in your body is because when we intellectually understand something, it doesn't land the same as when we feel it in our bodies. That's how you know. It's part of the reason we're energetic beings. And so many thoughts coming to me right now. So I'm trying to not veer off of onto all the branches that are coming into my brain right now. So let me start with this one. The reason why it's important to know this in your body is because when you know it in your body, then it lands and the change begins to happen. That's somatic work. Fear often lives in our bodies, and that's why we're so responsive to it. I had to do an exercise recently in which I had to do something in which I would normally be afraid of what other people would think of me. And I had to do the exercise physically in order to feel that fear, know I was safe, know I was going to be okay. So that even though I intellectually understood that people will have their opinions and all of that and the other, that even if everybody disliked what I was saying, I would still be okay. But I had to do that particular exercise in order to feel it in my body. Uh, there was something else that I was that had come to me when it came to somatic work and really and feeling things in your body. Oh, same thing with this money course that I'm doing. I'm doing this money course. Shout out to Mindvalley. I love Mindvalley. Um, I don't remember if it's mindvalley.com or .org, but you know, their ads are always all over my Facebook because I'm always taking their master classes. And this particular course, Money EQ with Ken Honda has been amazing. And that I've learned some different things and different techniques. And it's been wonderful to see how I've shifted when it comes to money, because there are things they're talking about and I'm like, oh, I'm not there. Yes, that's awesome. But one of the exercises we also do there, it has to do with the body and feeling where you feel certain things in your body. This is so important. And I think for those of you who are in the Sensual Energy Coven, we're going to incorporate more of that. And I'm going to look for where in our ritual on Monday I want to incorporate. So, well, the rituals that we do are somatic, right? They are about going into the body, and that's why we do them that way. And it's one of the reasons why I like sex magic so much, is because it embeds the message literally in your DNA and in your cells, as opposed to just keeping it in your brain. But when you're able to take a message like the messages in this book, and you are able to not just know them intellectually, but to feel it somewhere in your body, that's when major shifts happen, which I think we're going to do in Solstice Alchemy. This is like giving me ideas as I'm talking to you all about what I want to incorporate in Solstice Alchemy this year. And there has to be somatic work, because we're too much in our head. And we hear these statements. We hear that we are divine energy. We hear that we are source energy. We hear, that abundance is ours. We hear it, but we don't actually take it into ourselves. And then we don't take it in and then act from that place. We still act from a place of scarcity. We still act from a place of fear. We don't take in the truth of it. And that's the thing that needs to shift. And once that shifts, you will start to see your life unfold in tremendous ways. And sometimes it takes a minute. I know for me, it took me a while to understand and feel these messages in my body. The first time I read these 10 statements, the very first time I did this 4 years ago, the only statement that I felt was statement 8. And that was because I was so overcome with grief at my financial situation, that the idea that this could work and could make my life better just filled me with tears. And so that was the statement that I felt, because it hit something in my body, like, oh my God, if I believe this, it could make my whole life new again. But it took me a long time. The rest of the statements, even after that first year, even by the time I reached the last 10 statements, it still took me a minute, which is why I keep doing it every single year. And I'll probably keep doing it online. Usually I wrote them. This year I went live with it, but usually I just write the statements on my Facebook wall, and sometimes people follow along. But this year I went live, and I think next year I'll do both. I'll write the statements and go live. but I keep doing it because every time I do it, sorry, I feel like I'm all right, good. I feel like every time I do it, it lands deeper in me. And that's why this work is so important. And when I say this work, I mean your spiritual growth, I mean your expansion, your, it's work. It's work. It's work to overcome. And my God, I stop my feet sometimes to go, how come I didn't just have parents who lived in a commune in a community and they just gave me binaural beats in my brain when I was 2. And so I was already like all enlightened and floating by the time I was 15. I don't know. It didn't happen. Right. And then there's still life, right? You still gotta deal with life and what's going on the planet Earth anyway. So this is work. And work often means there's some repetition involved. You can't just, well, not that you can't, you can, but most of us aren't going to read these statements or look at a book like this and then it all click. If it did for you and this is your first time, I want to know what you're doing. Okay, because I can use some of that. For some of us, it takes some time, but the work is worth it. The work is worth it when you're on the other side. And like I said yesterday, there is a point where there's this who you are, even though it's been growing and shifting. There is a point where you reach this plateau level where once you're over that, it's still a continuous climb and there's still setbacks, but you'll never go back. You'll never go back to the way you were thinking before. You would have made such a shift that even if your future self falls short, it will never fall short to where you were before that. You will be one of those people who says, if I failed today, you'll see me right back here 5, 10 years from now, with even more than before. There does come that point. It's just a matter of, it's that breakthrough, and that breakthrough might take 2 years, y'all. Again, with the time, that breakthrough, that where you finally get through that brick wall that takes you to the other side. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, because the universe doesn't do human time. But you keep going, because this is a journey that we're on. It's a human journey. So um my desire for you is that you find a way to practice this, putting it in your body. My first inclination is to say the statements during self-pleasure sessions. I use self-pleasure masturbation. I use those, I speak on that so much because scientifically it is the time when your brain will be most asleep. It is the easiest way for most of us to get messages into our subconscious. Sitting in meditation might not be it. I'm currently training through the Silva Ultra Mind method right now, which has been amazing and is already shifting things in the way that I think, but that's not necessarily for everyone. I would love to become a practitioner and teach it to people. But so, everybody likes sex. Well, not everybody, but 95% of people like sex. Most people like orgasms. And so there's no fear of anything in an orgasm. And when I speak about self-pleasure, it's not just a matter of getting to the orgasm, but it's also as a form of somatic work. It's also as a form of body work that retrains your brain so that you begin to see things differently. And it becomes a beautiful practice that goes beyond just the orgasm. So I encourage you to say these statements while you're in the midst of masturbation, because that's one of the ways that you can get the statements into your body. And if you cannot remember the exact statement, it's okay. I want you to have a thought of it in your mind. Even if at the point of climax you were saying, I am that I am. I am uh, the divine in flesh. I am source energy. This runs through me. I am limitless. But find phrases that feel good in your body, and we'll do this for the coven. Find phrases that feel good in your body. If you say I am limitless and you don't feel it, it's not going to work. It has to be something that feels believable in you. And that's one of the beginning keys to having somatic work for you. Anyway, that's it for day 39. I really want to encourage you all to find ways to fit this into your body, even if you say the statements while you're boxing, right? There's so many different ways to do it. You say the statements while you're boxing, say it while you're dancing, while you're running, while you're walking, but you want to be doing something active at the same time that you're saying it or thinking about what it is, because as you do that, it actually gets into your body. And once it's in your body and it becomes part of the makeup of your energetic sphere, then you will begin to see the changes happen, not incrementally, but faster. I'm just going to use regular English right now, faster. Okay. So that's it. Tomorrow's day 40. It is the last day, but I will most likely continue to do live streams because I was supposed to be doing 100 days of lives before, and I got started and then I got banned from Facebook. So this 40 days was a great way to get me started. After this, I got 60 more days, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And we'll see what happens. But I will still continue to go live in the mornings with whatever. I don't even know. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the replay. I am working on getting these videos on YouTube. I had a snag with my app and I was trying to work it out, and I just had to make some adjustments. But up to day 15 is now up on YouTube. And so as you can see, I've got like more than 15 days of editing videos to put up there. So patience, please, but I will get them all up within the next 4 weeks or so. All right. Thank you so much. I love you all. Take care. Have a fucking abundant day. I will see you tomorrow.